There once was a girl, and when she was good, no one noticed. But when she was bad, she was king girl.
Some really bad things are happening.
If I have one more report of you bullying any child in this school, I'm going to suspend you.
King girl! King girl!
Part of the Wicked Women season, Monday at 9 on BBC Two.
The explosive row over old soldiers going deaf. Was it the noise of battle that ruined their hearing, or has the government dropped a clangor? Should ministers resign, or have the critics just not listened to explanations? And another row over Europe. Will the government keep its guard up on Britain's border and immigration barriers? Join me in 5 minutes.
At 4 o'clock on BBC Two, more classic clips from the archives. Martin Lewis presents Today's the Day. A summary of the news now on BBC Two with Jill Dando.
Good afternoon. The government is coming under pressure to abandon plans to save at least £10 million on pensions for disabled war veterans. The proposals would affect up to 10,000 people with hearing disabilities.
Representatives of the pensioners heard the government's arguments in Whitehall today. They've promised to go away and study them. But the heat is not off ministers yet. The Tory backbencher, who called the proposals cheap, mean and nasty, had a lively exchange with the minister concerned and says he's not yet satisfied.
If this is a Treasury-driven attempt to deprive war pensioners of what would have been their entitlement, then I should be opposed to it.
We really have no option but to accept the new medical evidence on noise-induced hearing loss. We are obliged in the War Pensions Agency to go by the medical evidence.
It's being stressed that no existing claimants will be affected by the changes, but the up to 10,000 people who may go on to develop deafness this year won't get extra payments.
Police in Belfast have seized mortars, incendiary bombs and ammunition at a house in the west of the city. A woman is being questioned. Meanwhile, in Ballymena, there's been condemnation of the firebomb attacks on a Catholic primary school and 2 Catholic homes. No one was injured.
2 houses were attacked with firebombs. One failed to ignite, but the other one destroyed the ground floor of this house. The couple and their 2 children, aged 6 and 4, who live there, escaped without injury. The attack took place at around 3:30 this morning while they were asleep. The local Catholic primary school was damaged in another arson attack. It had to be closed, and it's the second such attack in 2 months. The worst damage this time was to the main foyer. All this follows disturbances at Our Lady's Catholic Church in Ballymena last weekend. Loyalists have picketed the church at every Saturday evening mass for 3 months. Last weekend they clashed with police.
And news just in, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kenneth Clarke, has just issued a statement seeking to scotch rumours that he's threatened to resign over government policy on the single currency. He said, "I didn't threaten to resign, and I am not threatening to resign." The Education Secretary, Gillian Shepherd, is to give details this afternoon of changes to A-level syllabuses. Her announcement will coincide with the publication of a government report into exam standards. It suggests some subjects are now being studied more widely at the expense of in-depth knowledge. Eggs have been thrown at the Queen during a royal visit to Manchester. The Queen and Prince Philip were opening the new Faculty of Social Sciences at Manchester Metropolitan University. They were confronted by about 200 protesters who were angry about the cost of the visit. 4 eggs were thrown, but none of them struck the Queen. And that's it for now. More news at 5 to 4.
Midlands News with Sally Nicholson and me, Sue Beardsmore. West Midlands Police have confirmed that around 30 senior officers' jobs could go in a reorganisation by the new Chief Constable. Edward Crewe wants to put more officers on the streets in response to public requests. The Leicester MP Keith Vaz is urging the Home Office to do more to help 2 Midlands men held in Venezuela. James Miles and Paul Loseby were arrested for alleged drug trafficking. A haulage company from Shropshire has been told it must stop operations permanently. W.T. Herdsman and Sons' operating licence was suspended 3 weeks ago after one of their lorries was involved in an accident in Derbyshire in which a truck driver was killed. That's it for now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Fog remains a hazard across the southwest Midlands down towards the West Country. That's going to become more extensive and thicken up again through this evening and overnight. We've got some showers around the coast at the moment, but we've also got some thick cloud lying across northern England. That's quite interesting. That's brought some rain through Manchester just recently. And you can see some bright echoes there through Teesside running down towards East Yorkshire. Some more showers to come down that coast in the next few hours, as indeed there will be through Northern Ireland and southwest Scotland too. But some sunshine in many areas for the next hour. And then tonight, the clear skies will lead to some ice and fog in many areas, thick patches of freezing fog around. Just the odd shower still left across the North Midlands, perhaps from that thicker band of cloud across the north of England, but most of the showers will be around the coast. -6 to -10 across the snowfields further north, further south -1 to -3, but do watch out for that fog once again tonight.
A story which changed our understanding of the building blocks of life. A story which will bring a British scientist a Nobel Prize. Now, on the eve of the Nobel ceremony, this award-winning film is to be shown again. Horizon, Monday at 8 on BBC Two.
This is BBC Two. Now Westminster with Nick Ross.
Order, order.